How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and today we're talking about the Aggies' second straight loss at home, third straight loss in conference play, so pretty frustrating. But they, put up a great fight. They played their hearts out. Just didn't get the job done, didn't make shots when it mattered the most. But I wouldn't say it was like a bad loss. I mean, it sucks that we lost it, right? But we're still only one game behind first. Right now we're about fifth or sixth. We're in a three-way tie for fourth. And then the top three teams are on a three-way tie for first: UTEP, Jacksonville State, and Middle Tennessee. All great teams, all teams that are, are beatable that we can beat, but we can also, lose to all those teams too. We have a chance to be the best team in this conference and dominate every team, but we also have a chance to just, play down to our competition and lose to every team. That's what Coach Hooten said in the post-game conference of the game last night, and he put it perfectly. I think a lot of Aggie fans can agree on that. But let's get into this video and talk about how the Aggies lost their game last night. Right off the bat, both teams started off really slow. Like literally within the first 4 or 5 minutes, the score was 1-1. Just free throws for both teams. It was 0-0 for like over 3 minutes. Nobody scored until like the 16 and half minute mark. Robert Carpenter played a good game. He had 16 points, hit many clutch threes. Same with Christian Cook, he had 13 points. Peter Filipovic had an amazing game. He had 13 points and 17 rebounds. He played his heart out. He played really great. I saw Rob after the game. He was pretty upset. I just told him to try to keep his head up. But, it's obviously a really frustrating game. He played his heart out. They all played their best that they could. You could tell they're really disappointing themselves after the games. Kind of reminds me of the ACU game early in the year where they're really disappointing themselves, and then they bounce back and beat UNM the next game. We play against a great team on the road this upcoming game against Middle Tennessee, who's arguably the best team in our conference, just like how UNM is a really good team. So maybe it'll be something kind of similar like that where you can get a bounce back win at Middle Tennessee and then start winning from there. Western Kentucky, that's who we have after Middle Tennessee. They haven't been playing great this year, but anybody can beat anybody, and the league's still wide open for anybody. Like I said, we're tied for fourth. Fourth, fifth, sixth are all tied, but we're only one game behind first. Kind of reminds me of last year, how we finished sixth with a 7-9 record in conference, and then Western Kentucky was third with an 8-8 record. Every game matters, and I think Rob's going to come up clutch. I think a lot of guys are going to come up clutch, and we're going to win some more games and be able to, finish at the top of the standings. I mean, Schwanger did some good things, some passing, good rebounding. He just has buttery fingers. There's times he could have got some nice dunks, and then he just couldn't finish. He just, the ball was thrown to him, but it just went right through his hands. Then on defense, he gave up some, dunks to that number 50 guy. That guy was getting too wide open. He had double-digit points. Half of his points were wide open dunks. We even threw Peter on him a couple times. He did a decent job guarding him, but he was also open a lot. Peter was really strong. Like I said, he was able to grab a lot of rebounds, and he was a big reason why we were competitive in that game. And we had a lot of momentum towards the end. He was hitting a lot of clutch shots. But then, when the last 2 minutes, we couldn't hit anything. And, of course, Jacksonville State was hitting all their shots. It was really frustrating. Number 5 for Jacksonville State, I believe he's one of the top scorers in all of NCAA, top 5 or something like that. And it's pretty funny because the ball came to the student section at one point. One of the guys deflected it, came out to the student section. Some dude tried to throw it back and had hit him on the back. And he got pissed off. He looked at the student section. He was looking at the area I was in with my friends, and he was looking at some other guys. I was like, bro, why are you so mad, bro? It just hit your back. You're chilling. It wasn't anything crazy. And even the ref was looking at us pissed. I was like, bro, what are you doing? I wasn't even the one that threw the ball. No one even in my area threw the ball. It was a couple rows down. But they were just getting butthurt for no reason, so that was kind of funny. Shooting again wasn't great, and we're usually a better shooting team at home, but this weekend we just weren't. We shot 30% from three, only 34% from the field, 60% from the line. Free throws really killed us. I mean, if we would have made all 4 of those other free throws, we wouldn't have, we would have still been down by 2. Just so many shots at the end that just weren't falling. I think we were at 54, 52. And then it would have been nice today. We could have forced another miss and then get another shot to put us up, 2-possession game. I thought the home crowd was going to help out, but just hasn't been going our way the past couple games. It's been really frustrating. But this team still has a whole lot of potential. Obviously not going to give up on them. I mean, we can't forget they won that 7-game winning streak, but now they're on a 3-game losing streak. It's funny, the way the season's gone, we started off the year with a 3-game winning streak, then a 5-game losing streak. Then we beat UNM, lost to Texas, went on a 7-game winning streak, now we're on a 3-game losing streak. It's crazy how the streak's going on. It's we don't win a couple, lose, and win, lose. It's we win a lot, lose a lot, win a lot, lose a lot. It's just how it's been going all year long. It would have been nice to win that game because we would have been, in a tie for first as well. Probably had the edge over, obviously, UTEP and then over Middle Tennessee, who we play next, because Middle Tennessee lost to La Tech, who we beat. And FIU, I believe they beat Jacksonville State, or they beat Kennesaw State. They beat one of the teams we lost this weekend, I'm pretty sure. That's their only win in conference so far. We beat FIU, and FIU only has 1 win in conference so far. That just goes to show you that anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Sam Houston's also a pretty skilled team, in my opinion. They're only 1-7 in conference, and we barely beat them. It just goes to show you how competitive this conference is. Even the teams that are lower in the standings are still super good. Sam Houston State last year was the best in the conference. Now they're the worst in the conference. That goes to show you how competitive it is. And I don't even think Sam Houston State's a bad team. I think they're a respectable team. I think they're a team that can give us some trouble on the road. But it just sucks because, we have 2 games on the road now. We have 3 straight home games. I would have loved for us to win these past 2. It would have been nice. So it's a little upsetting, but at least they played hard. They put in their effort. I thought Deontay played hard and well. He didn't have his greatest game, but he still put a lot of effort in, played his best. Zadi hasn't been playing great the past couple games, so hopefully he can step it up soon. Gabe came in, got some big minutes. He had some, little mistakes here and there, but has some great passes. I really like the connection, by the way, between Peter Filipovic and Robert Carpenter. I'd love to see those guys on the floor even more. I wouldn't even mind if they started together, because some people are talking about, maybe the starting lineup should switch up a bit. I don't really have an opinion on that, but I would like to see Peter and Robert, in the game more, whether that's them starting together or just in the game a lot more. I mean, they're obviously on the court on the same time a lot of times, but I feel like the connection between the two is great. Peter can obviously dominate the paint very well, a little bit more than Rob can, but Rob can shoot the ball a lot better. So Peter can get into the paint, and he finds Rob for the three. There's a lot of great plays like that in the first half that Coach Hoonan was hyped about. And even in the second half, Peter was able to find Rob in the paint a lot. They just have great connection. They know where each other are out on the floor. Part of that probably comes with them playing, similar positions. And then, they're different playing styles. They're still same position. So they just know how to work really well together. And just for that to happen in, less than a year of them knowing each other, it's pretty great. I'm glad Rob is starting to, find a feel again, because he had a couple games in a row where he wasn't playing that great. Peter's been pretty consistent as of recent. Christian, he's been, pretty consistent. He hasn't been playing as great as he was at the beginning of the conference or the beginning of the year, but he's still putting up good numbers. I definitely do expect him to start getting to more 20-point games like we're, kind of used to, because he's averaging about 15 a game, but I can see him, upping those averages a little bit more. What I did like is that we got to see Edward and Milko. Last video, I wanted to see him a little bit more. We didn't see Nate at all. We only saw Emmanuel and Edward. Edward made a free throw. Played some, he had some bad plays where I think he threw the ball away or, wasn't rotating on defense correctly, but he looked good at different points. Again, the post has just been a little bit of a struggle with the year. There's times they look really effective and they fit the system well. And there's other times too where it's man, I wish we still had Casey. Speaking of Casey, I actually made a video on him, or not a video, a post about him earlier today, just right now before I made this video. He's averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds a game in Poland for some team called Opole. I don't know how the heck to pronounce it, but I think that's what it is. He played at a different team like Rapla KK. I don't think it's weird saying that because it sounds like I'm going to say the KKK or something. But he didn't get a whole lot of minutes there. But the minutes he got, he wasn't playing bad. I think his points to minutes ratio wasn't bad at all. But he's just getting a lot more minutes, a lot more PT in Poland, and able to showcase his skills more. I've seen some of his highlights. He's looked really good, really mobile. I wish he had another year of eligibility, but it'd been like a 7th year playing college basketball, and that's obviously not going to happen. Well, I guess some guys it does happen, but Casey doesn't want to be playing that much, in college. He wants to make some money playing overseas. Jaden Harris played a really nice game too. He had some nice shots, some tough shots, Jacksonville State defense was really great. They forced some turnovers. Jaden hit a 3 at the end of the first half to tie it up, which was a big momentum change for us. Deontay hit a big 3 to start the second half. I'm going to give us a little lead. And then it was kind of like last game where Jacksonville State had most of the lead for the most part of the second half. But then at the end we were able to get the lead a little bit, but then we just couldn't hit shots after that. I don't know what's going on. Those are shots we usually make, shots I expected to make later on. It would be great if we could beat Middle Tennessee, but we'll see how it goes. It just sucks that we start off conference with 4 straight wins and we lost 3 in a row. That's why I never get I never get too high, I never get too low, because I know anything can happen. Right now, am I upset that we lost 3 games in a row? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? I'm sure all Aggie fans are. But I'm not super pissed to the point where I'm going to give up on the team. We won 7 in a row. I was super happy, super hyped, but I knew there's still a lot of, play left. And I still know there's a lot of play left. So, we lost 3 in a row. I still know there's a chance that we could, go on another winning streak, because that's what we've been doing. We either go on winning streaks or losing streaks. It's rare that we win one, lose one, win one, lose one. We usually win a lot, lose a lot, win a lot, lose a lot. So maybe that we lost 3 in a row. Maybe we'll win 4 or 5 in a row. And just who knows. And if we do that, hopefully, whenever we do lose again, we don't lose a lot in a row. Hopefully we can, balance the wins out a lot more. Our next home game is against UTEP, so that's going to be a big game. I think it's a whiteout, so I'll just wear this shirt that I wore last night to represent Coach Hoonan. And then February 15th against FIU is the Pack the Pan Am night. So there's going to be 2 packed games, 2 packed arenas that I would love for us to win. I know we're usually better at home. We haven't shown that recently. But I think those 2 games with the amount of fans we're going to have, it'd be nice if we could pick up those 2 wins. I can't remember who we play in between, but we play a game in there between at home as well. We just got to take care of those home games. Those home games are huge. It's so hard to win on the road in conference. It's hard to win in general in conference, don't get me wrong, but it's so much harder to win on the road. If you win at home against those teams that might struggle on the road, it makes it a lot easier and a lot better. It betters your chances to have a higher seed in conference. We just need to get hot at the right time. If we can get hot right there in the conference, right the end of February, beginning of March, going into the conference tournament, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to win it. You can literally lose all your conference games, but as long as you win that conference tournament, you win those 3 games, you're good. Obviously, you want to set yourself up at a higher position. That's why it'd be nice if we could finish within the top 4 or 5. That way we can, play a team around the same, they're all, again, a lot of teams are similar, but if we could play a good, solid first-round matchup that we have a chance to win, that'd be great. Because last year, I feel like we were a little outmatched with Western Kentucky. It wasn't like we were at home. It was just a neutral site. This team just has so much potential, man. The fans were pretty good last night, too. Student section was still pretty solid. I thought the fans showed out pretty well. I didn't know if a lot of fake fans were going to come just because we lost that one game. But they decided to show up. I know I keep saying it's one game, and that's 3 games in a row that we've lost. So pretty frustrating. I was upset at the Liberty loss, but then I was like, I thought we'd be able to bounce back at home, but just haven't been able to do that. Maybe we'll get some road wins. You never know. Maybe we'll just turn the tables and win on the road. If that's the case, then I have no clue what to think about this team. Because I'll be like, man, how do you guys lose at home, but you're able to be a really good team on the road? And we beat really good teams on the road like UNM and UTEP. And we lost some games at home that I feel like we should be able to win. I still think we're a better home team, but we already have the same amount of home losses as we did last year. And I think we're a better team this year, so I would like for us to, win the rest of our home games. I think it's definitely doable because we have 5 more. So let's try to take care of business and see how it all goes. I think that's going to do it for the video. Not a whole lot more to talk about. Like I said, shout out to Casey. I talked about him, how he's playing well overseas. I'm going to make a post tomorrow about Jordan Rawls. Probably post it like on my YouTube community post. He's playing very well. I believe he's averaging like 22 points per game overseas. And then Femi Odekale playing pretty good at Minnesota. He's been picking it up lately. So Jalen Jackson-Posey at Texas Southern, Tanash Petway. He's doing his thing as well. So it's just cool to see those guys balling out at their new schools or overseas. It's cool to see our guys doing great things here. Tanash is at Prairie View A&M, leading them in scoring and all that. So it's cool to just keep up with those former Aggies or even future Aggies. Like some of our recruits that are going to come in as freshmen next year. We're doing really great things in high school. Like one of our big men, he had a game winner the other night. Omar Smith, he had like 43 one in the games. Like we have some super talented guys coming in, so I really can't wait for that all to happen. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. I think the Aggies will start getting back on the wing track soon. Just gotta believe in them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'm out.